Hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome to another edition of Boy Detectives Presents. My name is Anthony Zonfrelli.
And I'm Will Van Antwerp. First of all, can check. We're starting it early. What are you drinking?
I got a little bit of Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA.
Nice.
It's nice. How about you, Will?
Aeronaut Hopex Matuka. That's not how you pronounce it. It's a New Zealand word. Feel stupid. Anyways, we're the Boy Detectives. Welcome in. This is the Guillotine draft. This is a real draft. This is a real league that I host every year, where every week the lowest scoring team is eliminated until there's one team left who gets to scoop the whole pot.
Right. Last year, who won, Will? That's right. Oh. You did.
Guilty as charged. Rated the league, won my own league. What can I say?
I came in fourth. The big beneficiary of a $969 bid on Christian McCaffrey in like week 3. Rode him out until the very end. Fell victim to Gurley's weak ass knees. But we hope to do better this year. So I've actually already been on the clock and already drafted my first pick. I took Ezekiel Elliott first round.
Yeah, Matt, can you cut over to my screen? There we go. So I'm on the board right now. My first pick. I wish I knew who these guys were playing. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm leaning Devontae Adams. Because, but he's got a tough matchup against like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, there's just so much uncertainty. Do you really want him as your RB1 going into week 1? What do you think?
Right. I personally wouldn't mind it. I think he's going to do great there. The only question mark is Kansas City did say that they were considering signing Fournette if the price is right.
I'm going to take Devontae Adams.
I think that's a safe pick.
Safety is the name of the game. All you have to do is not come in last place in this league every week.
Right.
You keep coming to second to last every single week until, guess what? That's right, you win, baby. And that's basically what I did last year.
Right. So I was just the third pick, and I picked Ezekiel Elliott. I was really hoping. I mean, that is chalk that Zeke falls third, but I was just hoping that he would fall to me because Saquon scares me a little bit in terms of stability.
I think he's a little up and down.
I think he's a little up and down. The high ankle sprain is still in my head. I had him last year. It was rough going, but I don't know. I think we started off hot.
Yeah, I mean, he's just such a transcendent talent. I don't know how you could hold, an obvious midseason injury that he's trying to play through against him. But Zeke is obviously, a perennial talent, top 5 pick, and you can't go wrong in that sense, unless you can. In which case,
if you can, we'll see. Maybe I will.
All right, so we got a couple picks until my next round. It looks like the area of the draft that it'll fall. I mean, I'm leaning right now. I'm a big Eckler guy.
Yeah. You think you'll still see the same receiving work this year?
I don't think it's possible for him to keep the same receiving work, but that said, I think he's still a strong enough mix between run and pass in an offense that promises to be pretty good that I think at the back half of the second round, you could do a lot worse for your starting running back. Like I would probably rather have him than James Conner, right? Who I've owned the last couple of years, and it's just
for sure.
Especially in a league like this, durability is so key. If you have a guy leave in the second quarter, that could be it for you.
Yep. That's the thing. It's. I'm gonna try to steer clear of people who have been injured this offseason. Oh wow, Scott getting Mixon to fall to him at pick 12.
I almost took him at pick 9, so you have to feel good about that if you're Scott.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I want Aaron Jones, even if he falls to me, if only because I don't want too much Green Bay offense on the road against Minnesota.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's kind of interesting strategies at play where you almost want to play it safe, where in a normal league you might want to be a little bit more shoot for the moon.
Right. In a regular redraft league, if you're not first, you're last. But here, if you're last, you're dead. So definitely swapped incentives. Wow, Miles Sanders all the way at pick 16. Jake gets Sanders and Kittle on the turn.
Yeah, just as a little FYI between us girls and everyone watching, Jake is actually auto-drafting right now. He had an emergency come up. So, I mean, he asked me to draft for him. I don't think I could have done better than I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think he's killing it so far.
Okay, great.
Man. Picking third in this league is tough.
I know you got a long time to wait in between picks.
I got 26 picks in between my picks.
That's the thing about a 16-team league. You run out of good players really fast.
Real fast. Eckler gets snagged.
Hopefully nobody was
your
watching
own
the stream.
brother.
Scott took him? Oh,
Scott took him.
Okay, well, here's a question. I mean, you just want raw point totals adding up. Is Mahomes more valuable in a league like this than he would be in a standard league?
I think so. I think he's a more steady quarterback. I'm still not sure I'm going to take him. But if you make it to the end, you have Mahomes, you have arguably the best quarterback, either him or Lamar Jackson. I have them pretty much the same.
Is Clemson practicing without any inhibitions?
Oh, man. So Will's on the clock. He's got 40 seconds here.
Okay, my question is, do I load up at wide receiver, or do I take my first running back, or do I go for Mahomes?
All 3 solid options.
I know. And somehow I'm going to screw it up.
I would say throw a couple of them in your queue. So you got 20 seconds to decide. as we've learned from our past drafts, when you're making a decision, it's nice to have the ones you're choosing from in the queue.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way. You know what? I think I am going to go for the stability, the high floor of Patrick Mahomes. And
all right.
The late bye week doesn't hurt either.
That's a great point. That is a great point.
That's my only complaint with Devontae Adams so far.
Oh, ooh. Mark with a damn you.
All right, let's flip
You'll
over
love
to
to
Anthony,
see it.
Who's up next. Or
I got another 5 or so picks.
Now, Anthony, you've already got, your RB1, obviously. Do you have any specific targets in mind? Balance is the name of the game.
Let's see. So I do think that the tier of running backs drops off tremendously after this. That said, I love all three of these. I love all three of these wide receivers up here. I very much
wish you didn't tell me how badly the running backs here fell off. I have 0.
Well, no, because you're stacked at quarterback now, and you have who I think is going to be the number 1 wide receiver this year. So it's not like you are forgoing them for, mid-range talent at the respective positions.
Now you're just flattering me.
I prefer to go robust running back. Oh God, but Allen Robinson goes. He's like the only target hog in Chicago. That would have been excellent. My pick is next.
I like Thielen quite a bit.
Thielen looks great.
I'm feeling Thielen.
Yeah. Oh God. Hooked on a Thielen.
No, that one's not allowed.
You didn't see the Pete Overs at TikTok from like 3 months ago. You didn't.
Imagine saying those words to someone from 10 years ago.
Or 2 years ago.
All
right.
DJ Moore, I like too.
I love DJ Moore. I think Mike Evans goes. I think I got to go DJ Moore. I love him. He's got the super late bye week. I think he's just going to get peppered this year. He was he a wide receiver 1 last year? I think he just missed wide receiver 1, but he did so having missed the final game with Kyle Allen throwing on the ball. Now he's got Teddy Bridgewater, who's just going to crush it. Curtis Samuel was hurt, or not hurt. He's just been looking unimpressive, was the latest report from camp.
Yeah, what's that all about? I know. The problem with Curtis Samuel is that he's good at everything but catching the ball.
Yeah, well, and we didn't even get to see him try last year because he was wide open and Kyle Allen just sucked. All right, I think I got to do it.
Let's do it.
And DJ Moore, I love him so much. That was probably a luxury pick. Probably could have gotten him in the 3rd, but I just wanted him. Just like that. Okay, Adam Thielen goes. That's a bummer.
All right, we got our first guest of the stream. Mark, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. Thanks for having me on, even though you stole Patrick Mahomes from me. Just crushed myself.
Happy to do it. All right, who'd you just pick? I know you were just on the clock.
Well, it's been awesome to kind of listen to you guys because I was looking at Thielen and DJ Moore. Either, and you made my pick easy.
All right. Because, damn, they were both studs. I think they're both being underdrafted. I'm happy to reach for one, so you get the other.
Oh, and you got Barkley earlier, who Anthony was talking shit about. I don't know. I think I like the.
I have the second pick overall. I have the second pick overall in my work league. I am 100% taking Barkley there.
Okay. All right. So, Mark, what are you looking at next pick? Do you? The board's kind of open to you with the number 1 running back and the number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, I think it's a toss-up right now between taking like Jonathan Taylor and putting the squeeze on running backs and trying to just like a lead back right there. Or potentially just going with like a Scary Terry or Amari Cooper, who's shorten up the wide receivers. Even a Ridley, who has a really nice like floor. In this league, I feel like the floor is more important than ceilings.
Right. Right.
So Ridley's super attractive in that regard.
I know I'm getting a little nervous about running back. If I don't take a running back next round, I honestly I don't know what I'm going to do. It's interesting to see the players who fall though, like Melvin Gordon, right? Nobody trusts him to have a stable enough workload in week 1 that he's falling way beyond what I think he would go in a normal draft.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Mark, so is this you on the clock right here?
This is. I'm just a Fleshman here.
Okay, so you got 30 seconds here.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm just going to do it and take JTO.
Oh, we did it! I was 100% going to take him.
Wow.
100% going to take him.
I'm just going to squeeze this league.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to follow suit.
I can't believe you just came in here and talked about how important it was to have a high floor. And we've got a rookie sharing carries as first week.
Who's 100% going to take over by week 2, I'm convinced.
Oh, I mean, he's so much better than Marlon Mack. But
he's 1,000 times better.
If it takes until week 4 because Frank Reich isn't as sharp as we all think he is, then that could be it for Romo.
Yeah, that could spell disaster, but I'm banking on the big Saquon Barkley out of you.
I'm staring at my running back options and I want to throw up.
Here we go. Running backs. Todd Gurley. Okay. Oh, this is the what do they call this? They call this the nostalgia realm of running backs here, where you got Todd Gurley, Mark Ingram, Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, guys. You just thinking back, you're like, oh yeah, they were good fantasy ones.
Well, here's the thing about somebody like Gurley, right? I don't need him to be healthy the whole season. I just need him to last like weeks 1 and 2.
Right, before you can snag Jonathan Taylor, who hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
I think last year I didn't spend a single dollar on my free agent budget because I was so confident, and that failed me.
Oh no.
Yeah, Mike Evans, heartbreaker.
Oh, he put up a goose last year. Was that when you were?
He put up 2 gooses, and I survived the first week and lost the second by like a point.
Was it James Bradbury who just has his number over in Carolina? Oh God, I'm up.
You're on the clock. David Johnson and Todd Gurley have both been scooped.
All right, so we're looking at Le'Veon Bell. This is weak. Fournette,
who I'll remind you, he's not on a team.
Here's the thing, I might have to go Ingram. I hate it because J.K. Dobbins, I think, is going to take his job. But maybe I'm just hoping to be on the right side of the Marlon Mack JT train kind of. Oh, but I love Ridley's floor, like Mark was saying.
Mm-hmm. Ridley's going to he's going to get peppered with targets from Matt Ryan all season. I think he'll be great. You do have Devontae Adams and still no running back. So,
yeah, unfortunately, I do think I'm going to have to do it. I'm not happy about it, but it's better than it's better than the inevitable Tariq Cohen or Alexander Madison.
Exactly.
Who's had the worst team? Because I joined late. Has anyone just made atrocious picks to start?
Nothing's been too atrocious.
It's hard.
I've noticed.
If I had to pick a least favorite team so far, Mark's not going to surprise you. It might be Tatum, who's got Kenyon Drake and Travis Kelce.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all.
Danielle, who's going to join us in a little bit with Clyde Edwards-Helaire and James Conner. That could go downhill really fast.
Yeah, but also those two both have incredibly high upside.
I like Reed's team, Julio, Terry, and Chris Carson.
That's solid. Chris Carson self-declared himself 100% this week.
Ooh, Puglisi doesn't have a running back either, so I'm not, I'm ahead of the curve on that one.
There you go. Yeah. Oh my God, who's left at running back?
I would say my least favorite team is this Derrick Henry in the 8th. You guys know Zeke, Melvin Gordon, and DJ Moore. Blah.
Melvin Gordon's a tough one. I don't know.
I just think Philip Lindsay's better.
Dude, I don't think they paid him to not make him like at least their starter. I mean, we saw that he already split time with Eckler and was great already in the Chargers offense. Broncos are going to be. I think Broncos offense. I'm banking on the Broncos offense being good this year.
That is the scariest collection of words I think I've heard this week.
That's irrational confidence in Drew Lock.
Yeah, well, not even just irrational confidence in Drew Lock. It's just like they surrounded him. Like I think I could succeed in that offense. Like they put Cortland Sutton. They drafted Judy and Hamler. They signed Gordon when they already had Lindsey and Freeman. They have Fant. Like I don't know. I think their offense is going to be fantasy relevant. I think the team will still suck.
Big digression from practicality.
Look who it is!
Right.
I didn't know we could add this many people. We got Danielle on the stream.
Oh, I'm on the screen now?
We got D Money.
Oh, hi.
Is that a jersey you're wearing?
Yeah, I like to wear the jersey because it's an old jersey. It's a Dustin Keller New York Jets jersey.
Oh my God.
Really reminds me of a time where we almost won some games, which is why I play fantasy football, not because I care this much about football, but because I like to have something to root for every week. And as a Jets fan, I don't get a lot of that. So.
Hey, as a Giants fan myself, I find myself relating to that more every season. And Mark only knows
as a Patriots fan, I can't wait.
No, what are you talking about? Dolphins are the best.
Danielle, your team is interesting so far. I think it's got a ton of upside with DJ Chark, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and James Conner. Can you walk us through, what you like about your team so far, and maybe what you're targeting with the next pick?
I like their. What if I was doing this strictly based on their names? Because I kind of am doing that.
Well, we kind of already have done a few of those drafts, and they did not turn out hot.
I would ask why James Conner made the name list. There's better names out there.
That's probably the most boring list besides John Brown.
John Brown.
I like names that have first names as first name, last name.
Oh, okay. So Clyde Edwards. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
And also half the people that I put in my queue all immediately get taken.
All right. So you're probably looking at wide receiver here, right? Because there's not that much value in building out a bench.
Right.
Or if you want to go tight end, I mean, Ertz is a target monster.
Yeah.
Actually, don't listen to me because I'm up in 2 picks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. and sorry that Le'Veon Bell already got drafted because you're not going to have a chance to draft the Jet for a while now.
Oh, boy. Then you want Jamison Crowder's 7 catches for 44 yards.
I don't know, man. Perriman and Mims are down. I think he could easily clear 12 for 50.
Oh boy! You went for Deebo Samuel. Is that part of your name draft?
Yes.
Oh my God! And Danielle, I can't begin to tell you how much I hate that pick for your sake.
Is he hurt?
He has a Jones fracture in his foot.
Oh no!
Yes, he does.
Why wasn't that in his draft report?
They think
watching the draft because he just snagged Ertz right from under me.
Oh no!
I know.
Oh, I'm also right now, so you know, I'm drafting in 2 leagues right now at the same time on multiple screens, and
can you read
up.
us your other team?
My other
team. Over my screen.
So my other team, I had 2 keepers, and I kept Thomas and Kittle, and so far I have I've drafted Cook. Is he the only? No, I drafted somebody else. What am I missing here? I'm sorry, they're on my smaller screen because you guys are more important.
Thanks, Danielle.
But apparently I didn't.
All right.
I have Dalvin Cook.
I think the pick's been made for me, and it's got to be Keenan Allen. Good matchup week 1 against the Bengals. The injury to Mike Williams makes for some early season target boosts, and I continue to not take running backs. It's the theme of all.
All right, let's see. So I'm up in 4. Russell Wilson just goes. Okay, we don't have anyone on the chat here picking between. Who's my team? Who is that?
Oh, that's our friend Sean Kelly.
Very good. I love the creativity there. So here's the thing. I love all of the rookie running backs. I would be fine if either of them fell to me.
We do have a flex.
We do have a flex, so I can start. Anyone I draft here, I can start still. T.Y. Hilton goes. I'm up in 3.
Tyler
Higbee goes.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's
round
early.
4. Tyler Higbee.
Wow.
Someone is buying the hype.
Puglisi, and he still doesn't have a running back.
Oh, and someone else just picked Leonard Fournette, who does not have a team. He's hardly undrafted.
Who just drafted him? I was very worried.
Who's David Bada Bing?
Sumit.
Oh, Sumit, no.
He might be.
I mean,
he might be on the call later.
Hey, if he goes, he might go. He might get signed by like Kansas City, and then Sumit's a genius, and Danielle's immediately eliminated.
Sumit's already kind of a genius, but we'll see if it's a fantasy football genius.
Right.
Okay. Let's also check in.
And Marquise Brown goes. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna continue to put the squeeze. It's just a matter of do I go Akers or Swift? And you know what?
Can you go Swift round 1? Or I'm sorry, for week 1?
Huh?
Can you go Swift for week 1? No way.
That was the tiebreaker for me. So Cam Akers is going to start because Darrell Henderson has been injured, and so Cam Akers has been getting the first team reps. I think he's going to just take that starting job and just run with it.
No pun intended.
There really was not. You are correct.
Oh, let's go Celtics, pulling out the come-from-behind victory, outscoring Toronto by 11 in the 4th quarter. You love to see it.
Let's go Steez.
Up 2-0. Mark, who did you just take?
I took Deshaun Watson. He's kind of sitting there. Some nice stability.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
people are sleeping on him.
Without DeAndre Hopkins.
I mean, to be honest, they're going to be behind in games and throwing. I don't see an issue. I think Will Fuller, Kenny Stills is fine.
You got enough people to throw to.
Yeah.
Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb. The corpse of Randall Cobb just runs.
That's right.
Didn't he have a 1,000-yard
play? Who, Randall Cobb?
Yeah, I think he might have, or at least come close.
I think you're right. Oh, I'm back up again. Okay, this one is probably going to bite me in the ass. I don't know about this, but I'm going to take Stephon Diggs. I'm going to believe in Josh Allen.
The next scariest grouping of words I've ever seen.
And he's going to give me 0 points 1 week, and I'm going to lose.
Danielle, take Sam Darnold as your starting QB. You won't.
I absolutely will not.
You can do that in the last round.
In the very last round is my backup QB.
All right, you know what? I think I'm going to go Michael Gallup here.
Oh,
I'm Cobb to compete with for targets.
Right. Cobb left, and CD. I think CD can take that much. Jarwin was already there last year. He's just going to take what Witten had last year. Gallup, sneaky 1,000-yard receiver last year.
We got a little time right here. Can you pull up the Strahan wheel?
Sure, here we go. There's the wheel of things that would fit in Michael Strahan's tooth gap.
5 sewing needles.
Sewing needles. The width of 5 sewing needles. Incredible.
Oh,
Right,
man.
we're facing out. Otherwise,
So-
it's
Fun fact about Michael Strahan, my mom didn't know he was a football player, but saw him on Michael and Kelly and is obsessed with him and thinks he's the most attractive man ever.
Just as a TV personality.
As a TV personality. She goes, that's a good looking man. I'm like, okay.
Incredible.
Multi-talented. Matt, Mark, you're our Miami Dolphins insider. Is Matt Breida gonna command a high volume?
Will's asking for a friend.
Well, I mean, I'm shocked that either of the Dolphins running backs would go, considering Ryan Fitzpatrick was their leading rusher last year. It wasn't a very well orchestrated rushing attack. But I like Breida more because they'll definitely get him from swing pass out of the backfield. So I like him more than Jordan Howard.
Okay, Matt, can we go over to my screen? I'm up right now. We're in a little bit of some tough straights here. I don't think any of these running backs are touchable at the top. Tyler Boyd, I feel like is a great fit for this sort of draft. Or AJ Green, perpetually injured. Jarvis Landry also for the same reason, but he's coming off major surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Will
Reminder,
Fuller,
you do have 2 wide receivers and only 1 running back who's going to be relegated to the bench by week 6.
Well, that means should I take J.K. Dobbins?
I think that is, if you think you can make it through week 1, I would not.
All right.
I think Boyd is okay. Yeah, Boyd is smart. He's definitely up there with best available. I mean, if I were you, I don't know, probably would have preferred a running back. Actually, nah. If I were you, I probably would have gone running back.
It's nice to say, I'll take a running back in theory, but if you look at the crop of running backs, it was basically James White taking a flyer on J.K. Dobbins. Then, look at me, I've got multiple Baltimore running backs starting week 1.
You could go. Let me see. Running backs. Who's here? Okay, David Montgomery's hurt. You could go Rojo. What's wrong with Rojo?
He's hurt right now.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right.
Little gap in the action. Let's go to our fantasy risers and fallers. Anthony, do you want to get us started off?
Sure, yeah. I'll get us started on so my top fantasy risers this summer. So my number 1 fantasy riser as a result of the Leonard Fournette release is Chris Thompson. I think in PPR he's got some flex potential. I think people are going to start picking him up. My number 2 riser is pet adoption. Both of us adopted pets.
That's right.
This quarantine so far, I got a little cat named Kylo. And you have a lovable pup named Roger. Pet adoption.
I was just saying that enthusiastically, but he heard me and he came over. So.
Oh. And my number 3 riser is Twitter. Spending a lot more time on it. That's how I've prepped for pretty much all of these drafts. And let's see my big fallers, my top fallers. My number 1 follower, Leonard Fournette. Crazy news. Leonard Fournette just released by the Jaguars with absolutely no warning whatsoever. Clears waivers today. He officially cleared waivers. No one claimed him. No one knows what's going on. And I struggled to see anywhere he could go that would be an improvement on where he was in Jacksonville and how he was suited to be the workhorse there. My number 2.
Last year.
Yes, last year. My number 2 follower is my libido as a result of just being trapped in an endless haze for the last 6 or so months. My number 3 follower is Twitter, again, because that's contributed for number 2. My bonus follower is wiping my cat's beehole. We mentioned pet adoption as a big riser. With that comes some consequences. Kylo had a few mishaps early on, so we had to wipe his butthole as a result of living here. Well, how about your risers and fallers?
Yeah, let's get into them. Okay, number 1, Divine Azigbo. You went Chris Thompson. I think Chris Thompson's small, old, and slow. So injury prone. And injury prone. So I want the hot young thing. That's going to be Divine Zigbo. I think he's going to fill in at least early on in the season, taking the majority of the first team reps in Jaguars practice now that Leonard Fournette is gone, and I'm looking at him to potentially be a sleeper. Enough that maybe he could be my number 2 running back. Now that
we'll see because Dobbins is gone.
I know, that's aggressive. All right, number 2, Westbrook, Connecticut. That's where I spent this last weekend. Pretty underrated, I would say. Had a great time. Beautiful beaches, not too crowded, good restaurants, really relaxing. And Steve Bannon was just arrested by the post office in the waters off the shore of Westbrook, Connecticut. So pretty fun.
Score.
Number 3, my Aunt Lee. She was there with me in Westbrook on Saturday. Her and I don't know each other super well, but she was awesome with Roger, my dog, and, really dry sense of humor. I really appreciated Lee, and she's quickly rising up my family draft board.
Beautiful.
Bonus riser, Paul Reiser. Everybody's favorite actor from Mad About You. I think he's due for a comeback if he's not dead.
We'll do research after the show.
All right. Biggest fallers. Number 1, Curtis Samuel. Reports from practice saying that he's not looking too good. Not a great connection with Bridgewater. Not able to hang onto the ball, make separation. So everybody knows he was a colossal bust last season. A few breakout games, but ultimately just wasn't able to produce consistently enough to be a real fantasy contributor. And I think a lot of people had some high hopes for him this year with a better quarterback situation, but early reports are that is not going to be the case. Number 2, biggest faller, moving. I've been walking Roger a lot, see a ton of moving trucks out all around Somerville. And let me tell you, I did this a few months ago. It is one of the worst things you could possibly do. And even still, it looked terrible. I got heart palpitations even thinking about having to do that at some indefinite point in the future. Moving sucks. Number 3, biggest faller, veggie wraps. Now that I work from home, I just buy like a bunch of one thing and I eat that for lunch every single day. I've eaten a pita with spinach and hummus every day for lunch for the last month, and I'm sick of it. It's not very good anymore, and I'm downgrading veggie wraps. And I'm drafting.
Sounds brutal. And you're on the clock.
Okay.
And Kareem Hunt was just taken.
Okay. So I've got my flexes. I need a tight end and a running back. Oh, and kickers and defenses actually make a big deal in this. All right, so we got James White up, Philip Lindsay. I've really got my pick of like these tertiary running backs. I mean, Gibson, he's just got, I think, a little too much gamble for me. Evan Ingram. All right, I'm going to get James White in the queue, but I think about taking Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram, the problem with him is that he's hurt every other game.
True. And you know that from experience as a Giants fan watching him.
Low blow.
I'm taking him.
You took him? You took him.
Hooker's back. Oh, I also have a bonus faller, Matt, if you could bring that up. Picking up dog shit. I did this 0 times in my life for the first 30 years of my life, and now it's every single day I have to do it. I don't know why I overlooked this aspect of owning a dog, but I went from touching shit 0 times in my entire life to touching shit every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. It never gets easier. It's extremely unpleasant. It's always warm, and sometimes it's goopy.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'm on the clock here. I think the play is to snag one of these receivers here. I already squeezed the game with running backs early. Well, what are your thoughts on Cooks?
I think I liked him more for Mark when I learned that he had Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. I do love just cock blocking that stack. See, Deontay Johnson was my pick before this. Now I'm just torn between Cooks. I don't know, maybe Kirk. Yeah, I got to go Cooks. He's been a great receiver every time he's been on the field.
To me, it's the downside of picking a bench player ahead of filling out the other positions on your roster makes it not worth it. I would have gone tight end or QB 100% of the time there if I were you.
See, I think there are so many quarterbacks left that I would be totally fine with starting week 1. And tight ends, I think, are just a total crapshoot. I think whichever one makes it back to me.
That's part of the reason I went for Ingram, because I think it just falls off a cliff after Ingram.
Yeah, no, there's a huge tier break. I agree with that.
Oh, tier break. I didn't realize that we were doing this. Matthew Berry, fantasy football analyst from ESPN.com.
Did you just not see Twitter as my number 3 riser? I've been studying this shit. All right, my turn is next.
Oh, Mark took Hayden Hurst, the tight end from our ugly draft.
That's right.
He's on your ugly draft?
Hell yeah, he was on our ugly draft.
Look at his profile picture. That guy's hideous.
Look, I'm just going for these consistent receptions from Matt Ryan checkdowns. Like, I'm not afraid of it.
I like Antonio Gibson. To be honest.
Yeah, I can't. I had to disagree with the Chris Thompson riser. I don't know. Even in Jacksonville, I think his career ended.
And you know what? I'm 100% gonna agree with you. I have 0% Chris Thompson. I have 0% ownership over Chris Thompson. Chris Thompson was thrown in there for the bit.
I just can't believe you couldn't come up with a better bit guy.
Well, you put a Zigbo, and I just put Thompson. I think I would put money on Thompson outscoring a Zigbo on a per game basis this year.
I'll take it.
You will?
Yeah. How much you want to put on it?
$10.
Don't even waste my time.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to put money on a Jaguars prop bet.
All right. There was literally your idea. It's going to be $20.
It was hyperbole.
The bet is locked and loaded. You don't get a say in it. It's $20.
All right. I'm fine. Zigbo's going to run directly into the back of linemen for the whole season. Chris Thompson will catch 2 passes and outscore him. I'm okay with that.
Danielle, I like your team if you didn't take Deebo Samuel. Apparently close to 100%, according to this update.
If that's true, if you could just, and honestly, like, not coming in last out of 16 teams is not that hard to do.
Yeah.
So if you can just make it until he's healthy.
Matt, can you cut to my screen? All right. So what a weird little tier we're in right now. It's kind of just going with your gut at this point, right? Like, I don't think you confidently start Coleman, Cohen, Henderson. I think is getting beat out, and he's hurt. Madison's a backup. I mean, here's the thing: do you take Latavius Murray in the hopes that this situation with Kamara kind of goes on, and
I mean,
a cheap week without him?
With your running back core, maybe. I don't know. I think the deal gets done with Kamara. They were apparently close before shit went sideways today.
Damian Harris takes almost all first team reps.
But he missed the last couple practices, didn't he? Did they just neglect to include that in this blurb?
It looks like he's questionable. All right, I'm going to throw Latavius in the queue. God, this is bleak. Who's got the best defensive matchup in week 1? Oh, I closed that. Oh, shit, and I definitely don't have enough time. Oh. How do people feel about Tariq Cohen?
I like his name.
All right, we're going to go Latavius. And keep our fingers crossed that Kamara holds out.
Or gets traded. That was today's news, right? The trade.
Oh.
Yeah, he the Saints said that they were open to trading Kamara today, but they were also expecting a first rounder in exchange.
All right, time to look up. Who do you guys think is going to be the worst offense in football this year besides the Jets?
Besides the Jets, jeez.
Sorry, Danielle.
That's fine.
Injuries.
I'm about to make.
Oh, the Jags. The Jags will be bad. Chargers might be pretty bad.
Yeah, I think Jags will be worse than Chargers. I mean, I just can't Fournette, believe it or not, was a bright spot in that offense. I mean, I do love pieces of that offense. I think Minshew's sneaky. I think Chark is great. And I mean, I think in deeper leagues, I'm definitely going to be drafting Laviska Shenault, the rookie out of Colorado, who's just a tank. He's like
an all-time name for Danielle's draft. Yeah,
Danielle, if you want to add Laviska Shenault to your queue, you can double up on Jaguars.
I mean, who doesn't want to double up on Jaguars?
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony, it's time for a baby photo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
So
you see this?
State the terms.
All right. If you get this right, I don't know why it's double. It's doing a double. If
Yeah,
you
wait,
get
can you
this
just
right,
zoom in?
you just get to pick like normal.
Oh.
If you get it wrong, then you have to pick two players, and I get to pick the player for you of those two.
Okay.
This is an athlete. I won't tell you which sport.
Which baby am I guessing?
You're guessing this baby right here.
Okay, the bigger
This
baby.
is his little sister.
Okay.
Note the dated look of the photo.
Yeah. Is it OJ Simpson?
It's not, but I'd love to hear from Danielle and Mark who you guys think this guy is.
Muhammad Ali.
Fuck.
Mark?
That looks way more like Muhammad Ali than OJ Simpson. Oh my god.
Yes. You go with Anthony Lynn. I don't know.
This is actually Cassius Clay, a.k.a. Muhammad Ali, Danielle.
Wow. Good work, Danielle.
Yeah.
So because Danielle got it right, I will let her pick your next player for you.
All right. So I have to nominate two.
Yeah, you nominate two players, and Danielle takes whichever one of those she wants on your team. I imagine it'll probably be the one with the best name.
Right.
Could be.
Yeah. So yeah, if I'm like, oh, I want TJ Hawkinson or John Brown, it's just weasel my way into a Hawkinson pick.
Darius Slayton or Anthony Miller.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a ways. We got 10 picks until mine here. We got a ways. We didn't talk about my last pick, my Henry Ruggs pick. Did anyone else hate that or love that?
I still don't understand why you haven't drafted a tight end or quarterback.
Because I'm fine with any of the ones still on the board. I mean, I'm definitely going either.
They all go, and then you're like, man, I wish I had taken my choice instead of taking.
Yeah, but look, so look, so there's 16 teams, right? So
Right.
half the quarterback's going to be gone. Guess what? Half of the teams week one are going to win. I think there's plenty of QB points to go around. We're only starting one. I'm probably going to stream them anyways and just snag them after people start losing. Who's left?
I'm talking quarterbacks now.
There's still plenty of quarterbacks. Still plenty.
Raquel Armstead had coronavirus.
Wow.
Let's see. Oh, he was on the list? He got put on COVID list?
He did.
Like earlier in the summer?
Yes.
Antibodies.
Let's go.
He's good to go week one.
Mark, how
Well,
you
that
feeling about coronavirus?
Oh man, pretty bleak, you know. I do like our. Did you introduce our coronavirus rule?
I forgot to mention the coronavirus rule. Okay, so every week you get to choose one player from your team that you think is going to be put on the coronavirus list for testing positive, and if you get that right, you are safe from elimination that week. Mark's idea for a rule, and everybody loved it.
Fuck, I should have.
Right.
I should have drafted Baker Mayfield and just picked him every week. Fuck.
Oh yeah, like what if that's you just pick sort of like maybe the I don't know, the the most hoey quarterback you got, like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. But you can't go Minshew because he kind of like hoed himself to the other side.
Yeah, but Florida though, Florida's kind of a safe bet. Oh man, that means
Fitzpatrick with that beard.
Yeah.
We're taking kickers, boys.
No.
Oh, the kicker run.
The kicker run has started.
The kicker run. Oh my God. Okay. We got Justin Tucker and Harrison Butker. Oh, that was Will?
I just took Butker.
I think that's the number one kicker over Tucker, I think.
I mean, here's the thing. You know, at the end of the day, you just need as many points as possible. You got to swallow your pride and take a kicker in the 8th round sometimes.
I don't hate it.
All right, Danielle. So
Yeah.
do I take Cam Newton or do I take Jimmy Garoppolo?
Oh, that's good.
You have 40 seconds to decide.
Yeah, well, let's think
Feel
about
free to
this.
take all of them.
Newton is a first name for someone too. So you have Cam Newton, which is a fun name.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Although Jimmy Garoppolo is just a fun thing to say as well.
And he's really hot.
He is
Really
extremely attractive.
He's the
That is-
quarterback for our handsome team.
So I think Cam could also make the handsome team.
Agreed.
Cam is a good looking guy. I
15
think that
seconds.
you can take Garoppolo.
Garoppolo?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You say go ahead like you're letting me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you take Christian Kirk?
No,
you're
I'm
up
on.
now.
Yeah.
I was like,
I did go premature. And that would have sucked if Jimmy Garoppolo was just taken.
I thought Christian Kirk was the quarterback for the Vikings.
That is Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Let's see.
Because he's Christian.
That is the first thing I think about when I think of Kirk Cousins.
I thought you were going with like a hybrid of Vikings pass, like Christian Ponder, Kirk Cousins. That's
a throwback.
Just
All
the
right.
most niche joke ever.
All right, Mark, your pick is up, and then it'll be the end of the 8th round. We will wrap the draft up after this, at least on the stream. We'll obviously have to keep drafting offline, but we have to turn the reins over to the next show. So who are you going to close it out with, Mark?
Oh, man. Well, you guys shit on Curtis Samuel, and I was really high on him coming into this draft. Anthony Miller, Mr. Trubisky scares me.
But does Foles?
Yeah, because I feel like Foles just likes to throw those teardrops down the field. That's not Anthony Miller's game. I'm gonna hate this pick, but I'm gonna take Darius Slayton, and I'm gonna really regret it.
Wow.
Says the Giants fan.
The Giants fan. Supposedly not separating himself in camp at all.
You can't believe everything you read.
If every preseason report came to life, then I would be a champion 10 times over.
Yep, that's fair. Now I'm definitely going defense, though. Now I'm buckling down.
All right. Well, as you make this pick, I will say thank you to everybody that tuned in. We've been the Boy Detectives. Stay tuned for the next show, which is Interesting Points, hosted by Josh Poirier, a fantastic talk show.
And after that, is there another episode of Jock My Memory? Stay tuned and find out.
There is.
Okay,
Jock
great.
My Memory! You jocked our...
Jock My Memory at 10:30. Great. All right. We've been the Boy Detectives. I wish we had a catchphrase.